guys. Okay, so I was like, I have to tell this story. Alright, so 2 years ago, I moved to Austin, Texas from Houston. And I didn't know anybody but my brother and my sister. But my sister's like 40 years older than me. And my brother's like 10 years, well no, he's like 8 years older than me. But he's married now and they're, no. So we didn't really hang out. So I went online to p.o.f. Now, disclaimer, I don't mind online dating. I always tell my girlfriends, look, why don't you just try that? Because with online dating, all the guys that I met on there, I can guarantee I would have never met in person on my own because I'm shy, or they would have thought I was interested, or I would have thought they weren't interested in me, blah, blah. So I'm just saying that I love online dating. So anyway, went on p.o.f. and this was, let me just fast forward. That was when I first started p.o.f. I had a boyfriend, all it's a broke up, blah blah, a few dates. This one in particular happened around Halloween. Of course, Aries. This boy, okay, so you know, he writes me. This was at a time where I was just really bored. I was hanging out with these girls. We were kind of like, I was like staying at my friend's house for a few weeks. And I was bored as hell at the house. There was no cable, no Wi-Fi, and I was just bored. I was like, what to do over here? You know, there were some really cute boys living across the street from them, but they were, you know, they were just young, like, you know, college white boys. So it was, you know, it was cool to hang out with them. One of them tried to have sex with me. Anyway, that's another story. So anyway, the guy, he writes me on p.o.f. and I usually don't respond that fast. I usually get to know somebody, but I was like, yeah, let's go out. He's like, okay, what do you want to do? And I said, I don't know, let's just go to a movie and maybe like grab something afterwards. 10 o'clock, he comes and he picks me up. Now, I'm always a little cautious, so he picked me up with all my friends were around and all that stuff, of course. So he says, you know, we go to the movie theater, and the weirdest thing, it's just, I don't know, he was just weird. He was extremely awkward. Now, the type of guys that typically talk to me are like techie guys and nerdy guys, which is not even really like my type, because they're always assholes. But if I'm bored, I'm like, okay, I'll talk to you, whatever. I'm not doing anything else, may as well talk to you. That's what ended up happening with me and him. So anyway, we went to the movie. He was just really awkward, really standoffish, like a typical nerd. He was just, the way he talked, we would be like saying a little something, and he'd be like, yeah, oh, okay. You know, and then it didn't even help that he was African. He was from Cameroon or something like that, I think. Or, I don't even remember, but I don't even date, I typically don't date African and Nigerian people anymore. I had stopped, and then I dated one guy last year, and that should have taught me to not date anymore, you know. But I did it anyway, but yeah, done with that. But it was just weird. So then we're like, alright, well, after the date, I was like, I really did not want to hang out with him anymore. You know, I saw the movie that I really wanted to see. It was a scary movie, and I love me a scary movie. And you know, he bought a bunch of like popcorn. I was like, it was cool. And then he's like, well, so I said, well, do you want to go grab something to eat, or do you want to just go home? He's like, no, let's go get something to eat. And I was like, okay, you know. So it was like, it was almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and at this point, because we left for the movie at 10. The movie was like 2 hours. We were out of there by 12. We drove around for a little bit and made it to the movie theater by like, made it to dinner by like 12:30. So then we got there, we're sitting down, hanging out, blah blah blah, and we're just talking, and that's really good. I love instant pink lemonade. It's weird. So anyway, we're talking, vibing, not really, and I'm just trying to make conversation with him. The food was good, so I was just eating and eating. And so I'm like, you know, he's being extremely awkward. He was like, so I said, so, you know, why are you single? I knew why his ass was single, but I was just trying to make conversation. And he's like, oh, well, I mean, I've dated here and there. And I'm like, oh, really? Well, I just kind of, I've been, you know, just trying to find, I've been dating here and there. I was dating somebody and then I stopped. Oh, okay, well, what was she like? He's like, well, you know, I've just been trying to date around. I've been dating transsexuals and really just trying to find myself. And I was like, what did you just say? Like, I was just in my mind, but I was just like, because at this point in my life, I've seen everything pretty much. These guys, they're just men. Men are just men. So I was like, wow. So I was like, oh, well, do people know this? And he said, no. He said, I haven't told anybody this. And I said, oh, okay. And he said, because, you know, I'm African and they wouldn't understand it. And I totally got it. I just was, I don't know, I was just so thrown off by it. I didn't expect him to say that. And so then, you know, we finished our meal up and he was, I think he may have loosened up a little bit. I don't know. But we drove up, he dropped me off, and I told my girlfriends, and they were like, oh, does he think you're a transsexual? And that shit didn't even cross my mind. I mean, I know I got the big hair. Maybe, I mean, I kind of got a big personality outside of YouTube. And I was like, oh my gosh, maybe he thinks I'm transsexual. Okay, maybe not the tits part. No, crazy color or something. No. Maybe the height, because I'm 5'8". But there's nothing transsexual about me, right? Anyway, that's it. So I did not even really speak to him that much after that because he was awkward. Him dating transsexuals didn't bother me. I dated a guy who was bisexual. Did not bother me, and I'd do it again. I just didn't like how he was. But anyway, that was the weird date from p.o.f. Do you guys have any weird date stories? If you do, leave them at the bottom below.